Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I'm going to do just a really, hopefully quick first impressions review of the new Clarisonic foundation brush. Normally I wait a little bit longer to put out a review of things. I just got it a couple days ago, but when I posted it on Instagram, it seemed like a lot of people were really excited about it. So I just want to get sort of a first impressions out there. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, Clarisonic recently came out with a foundation brush that can be used on any of their cleansing devices. I have the Mia FIT, full disclosure. I did get this as a PR sample back when it very first came out. The new foundation brush head I bought myself. It's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. You pop the brush head onto any of your Clarisonic devices. It comes in a little box. And it comes with a cap that covers the brush head, the same as any of the cleansing brushes do. And you just, pop the cleansing brush off and put the foundation brush on. The bristles are about the same as most other foundation blending brushes. It has a flat top instead of a rounded one. And you can use it with any type of foundation except for powder. It does say on their website not to use with powder products. I assume because that would get all down in the motorized part and cause a ruckus. I'm going to do a demo here in just a second, but before I get started, there are some limits on a first impressions review in that obviously I've had it for like 2 days, so I haven't tested the durability of the brush. I know some of the cleansing brush heads do start to shed after several months. Unlike those, this one doesn't have a suggested 3-month or whatever replacement cycle, so hopefully it'll last a little bit longer. That's something that I'm just going to have to kind of wait and find out. Also, I haven't tested this with every foundation or every condition my skin has been in, so it may behave differently based on the consistency of the foundation or how my skin is behaving. Right now it's been a little bit dry because we've had a few cold days. The heat has been running. I'm still using a retinoid product, so around my nose and mouth it does get pretty dry and flaky. I'm going to use the YSL foundation, which I have some issues with pulling up flakes and emphasizing dry spots. I figure that's probably the worst case scenario, so we'll go ahead and just throw it at this little thing. Alright, so I'm going to get my stuff flipped around and we'll get started. Alright, I've got my Mia FIT on the 2 setting, which I believe makes it run for 1 minute and 20 seconds. Since it's meant for cleansing, it automatically cuts off after that, so we'll see if that gives me long enough. Using my YSL Fusion Ink foundation, like I said, it does have some habits of emphasizing dry areas and stuff, so we'll see how it does. And I'm just dotting it on everywhere first, about the same amount that I'd use for any regular foundation brush. And I have dripped it all over my table. And I've got a couple little spots, so I'm going to add a bit more to build coverage on those areas. Not too much. Alright, so I'll zoom in a little bit and show you how it did. So overall, I really like how this blended my foundation. One thing I noticed is that I don't need to use as much pressure as I do with, say, a round buffing brush to get the same level of blending. So it didn't pull up the flakes around my nose that I see sometimes, or the fine hairs on my cheeks and jaw. So that's really nice. I thought that it would be a little bit awkward to hold, but it really isn't. It did take a little bit more time to blend today than it did the first time I used it, the day after I got it or whatever. I think because I didn't wash it in between. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that this is going to need to be washed every 2 or 3 uses at least. That's pretty common to synthetic foundation brushes. They can get a little bit of buildup on the brushes and make it a little bit more difficult to blend. Not anything unusual. So first impression is I like this a lot. It blended pretty quickly. I didn't have to use as much pressure. I think the finish is really nice, better than what I would get with a brush. It definitely is more coverage than I would get with a damp blending sponge, so that's good. What else? Price-wise, if you don't already have a Clarisonic, it would be a little bit expensive to get the device and the brush head, but if you already have one, the brush head is $35, so it's about the same as the cleansing brush heads, and it means you get twice as much use out of that fancy, expensive cleansing brush that you paid for, which is always a good thing. So I'll keep using this. I'll try it with some different foundations. I'm really curious to see how it will work with my Hourglass Vanish stick, because I find that one difficult to blend and I don't really like it all that much, so maybe this is the magical thing that will make me like it. We'll see. If you like this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up so I'll know to make more like it. If you've tried this, or if you're just really excited to try it, leave a comment down below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.